Okay guys, so today's objective is going to be to repair a working Super Nintendo that has a busted pin on the back here. So there you go. See how it's busted out there? It should look like that. Okay, so now you can actually buy these here separately on AliExpress or eBay. They're about, I think, $6-7 Canadian. So they're not super expensive, but I happen to have a stock of completely broken Super Nintendos, so I'm going to be pulling this one out of here and putting it on here. So after I pull this part off of this machine here, it's going to be the same process if you're getting it new. As opposed to what I'm doing here today, but I'm going to show you the full thing just so you guys can see how to do it. Alright, so you're going to need one of these screwdrivers here that's a Nintendo bit, and you're also going to need a soldering iron in order to do the job. There's 2 contact points that we have to take off. It's good to have one of these wicks here, or even one of these like little desoldering tools to pull some solder, but it's completely possible to do it without it. A little more monkey business, but it's doable. So we're going to give it a quick test here just to make sure nothing has changed, that it's still working. And we want the right input. So clearly working, but if you wiggle this power here, that's what happens. It just resets. That's no good. Quickly retest this one. Yeah, so black screen of death, see? All you see is flashing, but it's not doing anything. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to pull off 6 screws on the bottom here. You apologize for my daughter behind me, she's sick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do that for both machines. Okay, now that we got this guy apart here, we're going to want to take off the screws. Well, first of all, we take off this little latch thing here. Now be careful, there's a spring right here. Don't lose that guy. Pull it off all in one piece. Set that aside. Okay, and then once you're in here, this is a version 1. It has this little bit here. The other one actually might not have this in here because it's a UN2. I think it might have it a different system inside. I'm not 100% sure. But you're going to want to take off screws here, here. There's 2 holding this down, and then there's 1 underneath it. Here, 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 here. 1 underneath the switch. Here, here, and here. So we'll go ahead and do that for this one and the other one. Alright, so it should just come right out of there, like so, and we'll set this case aside. Alright, so now on the bottom side of here, there's a screw that we need to remove, so we'll just take this plate off to the side, and we're going to want to take that off. Make sure you keep note of that one, it's a little bit different, a little bit longer. In order to get this out properly, there is a tab on this side here that we want to lift up in order to pull these contacts. Sorry, here. These 2 contacts we're going to need to heat up and pull this off. So this tab is going to hold it down. That's in there. So we're just going to have to pry that up. It's pretty easy to do. And you're going to want to do this for both. Just pull it up like that, and then later on you're going to screw that back down, so it's not a big deal. Okay, soldering iron. We'll start heating that guy up. Aside for now. And grab our good box. Oh, super clean inside. Very clean inside. Wow. Unexpected. Usually it's pretty gross in here, but wow, that might be the cleanest one I see. But you see how I see about the audio chip here? It's actually integrated, so it doesn't have that piece that comes off and on. It's a little bit different. But the power's the same. So we're going to go ahead and do everything that we just did on the other one here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and set that aside as well. It's worth mentioning too that if you're cleaning this, if you're cleaning these out, this is the other case. These little metal tabs that are in here, one here and one here, they're just kind of floating in there. So if you turn this upside down, they're going to go flying everywhere. It's a pain in the ass to find again, so just be aware of that too. Alright, I don't know if our iron is hot enough yet. Alright, so I'm going to work this out now. Alright, so it's loose. Just gotta pull it over and it should come right out. So there's our piece. Set all this up to the side. Alright, so now we're at the point where you buy this piece, you want to put it in. In this case I just salvaged it from another one. But yeah, we're going to try and reuse this now. Now, a little more tactfully, but we're going to want to pull this one off as well. Maybe not as aggressively as I did in the last one, because that was just for parts. But yeah, she needs to go. There's the other one, there's the broken one. So that is junk. So all I'm doing right now is basically cleaning off these points so that the solder isn't all messy. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so I don't know if it's completely visible on camera there, but I've gotten most of that solder off to the point where I could push it through. Alright, so now what we're going to do, what you can do here is you could probably heat it enough to push it through here. With the contacts touching, you just shove it through, but I'm going to like clean these two contacts so it makes it easier for me. Here, I'm by no means an expert on this, but I didn't quite get it. There we go. So we used a little desoldering tool and opened up a couple holes there. Should make it easier to punch through. Okay, so now that we have solder all sort of cleaned up enough to do something with it, we're gonna try and work it into place. Alright, so our two contacts are sticking through. Looks pretty good to me. We'll put a little bit of paste on there and get her tacked up. This is just a little bit of soldering paste flux. It's just so that it flows a little better. And we'll solder it through. Here, I'll see if I can get a zoom in on this. I mean, you guys know I'm not the best solderer in the world, but I can get by. Right, and on the other side here, got a good amount of solder there too, so I'm pretty happy with that result. Alright, and now we're putting stuff back together. That screw goes back in. I'm gonna get my screwdriver. Okay, we're going to want to push that point that we bent out back down as best we can. Go. Just make sure the ribbon didn't fall out and all that work that we did there. And we'll go ahead and throw that back on. So this just goes like this, and then there's a little hole down here. I'm not getting it through the hole. There we go. There it is. Alright, so before I put the cover back on, we're going to give it a real quick test to make sure it's working. Power on. Yeah, and we're in business. Not the most beautiful cover in the world. It actually, the top wouldn't make you think that the insides were so nice, but it goes to show. I opened one the other day that I thought looked pretty good, and when I got inside, it was smothered in garbage. I was actually pretty amazed how gross it was. I'm going to take this time while I have the top off, actually. Apologies for my daughter. She is having a cough well, she went to music camp, and I think she picked up a cold from her comrades that, they put on a play and stuff, and I think she picked up a nasty cold from that. So yeah, I'm just basically running a Q-tip in here right now, just to clean off all this gross stuff. That way I'm not touching the board. Go ahead and throw that on now. Actually, make sure that the power is down. In these cases, I like to go back until it snaps and then push forward. That way I'm not creating a new groove in the plastic and potentially breaking it. These are pretty fragile, this plastic. I'm going to give her a nice little clean too, so she looks a little more presentable. However, the main point is we have a power pin the way it should be. So it should work absolutely great now for whoever buys this unit. Not buying broken garbage. They're happy, I'm happy, and off we go. Alright guys, So that's basically it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up or down, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff. Make sure that you leave some comments down below, and we'll catch you around the next time, guys. Thanks for watching.